Hello again, I'm Mr. Luis, and in this video we're going to explore an important study from the Biological Approach in Psychology, Hölzel et al. 2011. This research investigates how mindfulness can actually change the structure of the human brain. Sounds amazing, right? Let's take a closer look. Before we dive into the study, let's make sure we understand what mindfulness means. Mindfulness is a mental practice where a person focuses their attention on the present moment, calmly noticing their thoughts, feelings, and body sensations without judging them. Instead of worrying about the past or stressing about the future, mindfulness helps people pay attention to the here and now. It often includes simple techniques like breathing exercises, meditation, and body scans. Now that we're clear on what mindfulness is, let's talk about the aim of the study. The aim of the study was to explore how mindfulness training might lead to changes in brain structure, particularly in regions related to learning, memory, emotion regulation, and the sense of self. To examine this, the researchers used MRI scans, that stands for magnetic resonance imaging, which allows scientists to look inside the brain and measure the amount of gray matter. The study was longitudinal, which means that the same participants were studied over a period of time. In this case, the study lasted 8 weeks. That's important because it allows us to see real changes within the same individuals, not just differences between different groups of people. The sample consisted of 16 healthy adults who participated in a mindfulness-based stress reduction program. These participants had no prior experience with meditation or mindfulness. They were compared to a control group of 17 individuals who were on a wait list and didn't practice mindfulness during the study period. The procedure involved scanning the brains of all participants using MRI before and after the 8-week program. The participants in the mindfulness group took part in regular meditation sessions where they practiced techniques such as paying attention to breathing and observing thoughts and feelings without judgment. These exercises are designed to increase awareness of the present moment. Now here's the really exciting part. The results showed that participants who completed the mindfulness training had increased gray matter density in several key areas of the brain. One of the most important was the hippocampus, which is linked to learning and memory. They also found changes in areas related to self-awareness and compassion, such as the posterior cingulate cortex and the temporoparietal junction. These changes were not seen in the control group. This suggests that mindfulness doesn't just affect how we feel, it actually changes the physical structure of the brain. That's a powerful finding. This study is an example of how the biological approach can help explain behavior through brain structure and function. It also supports the idea that experiences and behavior, like practicing mindfulness, can influence biology, not just the other way around. Of course, like all research, this study has its limitations. The sample size was small, and all participants were self-selected, meaning they chose to participate, which could affect how generalizable the results are. Also, we can't say for sure whether the brain changes were only due to mindfulness, since the study didn't control for every possible factor. But overall, the evidence is strong and very exciting. In terms of applications, this research is incredibly useful. It has inspired further studies into how mindfulness can help people with anxiety, depression, and stress. It also shows how psychological therapies can influence biological systems, a concept known as neuroplasticity, our brain's ability to change and adapt. So, to wrap up, Hölzel et al. 2011 gives us powerful insight into how mindfulness can reshape the brain in positive ways, providing both a biological and psychological approach to understanding human behavior. Thanks for watching, and remember, your brain is always changing. The more aware you are, the stronger it can become. See you in the next class.